Hey, good morning, big bikers. Well, it's a lay day in Rawdsley Park. It's given Chris a couple of days to rest his leg. Neil and the other Chris and I are just going to go and do some riding around some of the fantastic tracks around the Flinders Ranges. So far has been relatively uneventful apart from Chris hurting his foot. But I tell you what, it's cold. Like you're looking around at the weather going, well, it's fantastic. It's 10 degrees and there's a wind chill factor probably knocking down around 6. So if I'm muffled, it's because I've got balaclavas and neck scarves, and I've got like 3 layers on. I haven't put my heated gloves on yet because it's not quite that cold. But it's just really very cold. Even sitting around the fire last night, we went, you know what? Because we've got heat pumps in the rooms that we're staying in. We're just going, you know what? See you later. Going to get back in the room with a heater on. It's just too cold even sitting by the fire. All right, well, we're going to head to Hawker and then do some riding. I'm running higher pressures today. I could only surmise that it was a pinch flat I got this afternoon. I had to look back through the footage. I don't think I hit anything that hard that caused it, although I do have a dent in the rim, but I think that's from last year. But I'm just keeping the tyre pressures quite a bit higher today because I don't have a spare tube anymore. See, river gums. Every single creek crossing in the Flinders has got these big, beautiful river gums. Very nice coffee. Very nice. Flinders Food Company in Hawker. Stop there. Good coffee. It's so cold. It's not freezing cold, it's a wind chill. It's ridiculous. Alright, so we're just heading out of town a little bit. We'll turn off up here and take off up one of these back roads. Past these river gums. Neil and Chris in my mirror. So what we're doing today is a bit of a loop around that range over there. So we'll cross over the highway and then double back on some of the tracks that we did last year that we really liked. So should be good. More runs. So after I had that flat yesterday, when we took everything off, it turned out it was a bit of a pinch flat. Fuel economy is just savage though, because of this headwind. I'm heading straight into a headwind again. Even though the bike's unloaded, it's just having a real impact. So I'm running up around 5-6 at the moment, but quite a lot of that sort of stuff going on. So. It is still a public road, and quite a strong chance vehicles, so we're just taking it easy. Such a good bike. Hello. He was having a little sunbake on the side of the road. Yeah, you're a bit big. Hello. Alright, that's 2, so I'll take it easy. And then we'll swap over down the road because I want to have a go on the big girl with the new wheels. Alright, I'll take this. Oh, how do I turn the traction control off?
It's all ready to go.
Righto. Camera on. KTM790. Yep. Adventure R. Ah, it's like like riding a 450 by comparison. That's the first. And look, the cockpit is really cramped, but it's been set up for Chris, so you've got to take that into account. Suspension's good, but again, set up for Chris. It's just very, very small. It's like, that's the first thing you notice. It's not bad. And you can probably stretch it out, but it's nimble. Plenty of poke. Oop. So he had a big divot in his front wheel as well. So he's had a big impact on his rim. I think he's running pressures a little bit higher. Oh, he didn't pitch flat, but he's also not pushing as much weight either. So. It's the first thing you notice, it's just how much smaller it is than a big bike. But if you're coming up from something like a 650 or I don't know, any of the 450s or 500s, you're coming up from that, it'd probably seem like quite a heavier bike, but you're going down from something like an African Twin that's just a really, really small bike. Just great. For me. But it's only ergonomics, you can change all that. But it's stable, it's fast, it's got plenty of grunt. And I really liked how the other day he pulled his air filter out from under the seat and just gave the bags against the tree. You know, so that's kind of like a real... That sort of stuff to me, I really like that. You know, that's the designer thinking about the application and the situation where the guy's going to want to clean their filters. I'm just hoping this audio is clean for you. I can hear me fine. So it's got ABS, everything's turned off, it's in rally mode. Yeah, look. Probably just in terms, as I said, just that it's just an ergonomics for me right now, but again, you can change all that. Hey. nice up here and pop it over. Have a go on Neil's bike with the 21-inch front wheels. Ah, very nice. Yeah, that's a good bike. I'm sorry to say, guys, it's a good bike. When I get one, it's just too small for me. You can make changes, but you kind of don't really need to. If you've got like an Africa Twin size, nothing wrong with it at all. And I like the design. The engine's a bit noisy, by comparison, but it's just very mechanical. That KTM and BMW though is very mechanical sounding engines. So here comes Chris on the GSA. He's gonna look like a midget on that thing. There's Chris on the GSA. Oh, beautiful. So that's Chris on the BMW and Neil on the Africa Twin.
Having a go on the big Africa Queen. We'll see how she goes. If I can get on it. I thought these things are supposed to be light. How old school is that? It's got a key. Oh, she's loud. Let's give it a go, see what happens. Oh, it's loud. Oh, I don't know if it's tracking me. It's fairly agricultural compared to the BMW, but man, it gets up and goes, this thing for sure. I'm not sure about these bar risers would be no good for me, but yeah, not too bad. Yeah, a lot of fun.
What a weapon, mate. That has transformed.
Oh, it's unreal, eh?
It is like a new bike.
Yeah.
I'm going, man, I could just do some miles on this thing and never get off.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's totally different, isn't it? It actually turns now.
It has transformed it.
Yeah.
It is like a new bike.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty loud. They're fun though, aren't they? I'm not sure about your bars being loose like that though.
Rubber mount.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be the steering head bearing. This is like a new bike. Oh, is it? Oh, I'll try that next. Transformed.
But yeah.
Absolute weapon.
Is that going to fall over there?
No, mate, you're right.
Took me a while to figure out how to turn the traction control on.
Yeah.
But other than that, pretty good, yeah.
So what do I need to do to this to get it? Just turn it on? Righto.
Yeah, it should be all, it's just an enduro, so it won't lock the back up.
Righto. So this is the GSA with the new shoes. 21-inch front wheel. Narrow rear.
Good on that, didn't it?
Whoa!
Okay.
It's authorised use. It's got to get the fingerprint.
The retina scanner.
All right. big Charlene. She's a whole heap of bike. So what he's done to this is he put a 21-inch front wheel on the front. Oh, geez, a bit wild country in here. Just wait till they catch up. Oh, that would drive me nuts, that rattling. Let's come this way so I'll just wait till they know which way to go. For Chris on the Africa Twin. Chris on my Africa Twin. I can hear it. Just occasionally getting reminded how harsh this country is. It's just dry and barren, and all the, you know, the trees are just these little shrubs. Anything's getting any decent size to them are down by the creek, or the water course. Anyway, I'm not going to really say it's a creek. We're about to go through a water course. Yeah, I kind of understand why Neil doesn't punt it along too hard. It just doesn't. You don't need to. It's just quite happy motoring, you know, like you don't need to ride it like a dirt bike. Well, you don't need to ride the others like a dirt bike, but this thing just, it doesn't matter if you're up on top of it or not, it just rides through the bumps so well. I mean, really, I mean, you know, a lot of people say, what do you know, you don't like the BMW. I've never said I don't like that, I just said I don't like that engine. I just think that box is just a noisy, rattling piece of, yeah, good boat anchor. BMW can make so many better engines than this one. The rest of it's great. The rest of it I like. The suspension, the electronics is a bit too much over the top, but the brake, suspension, everything's really good. Ooh. Come on, girl. She's a big girl. Oh, we're glad to get back on my bike, though. Oh, this is nice. It's just too big. On a cloud of titties. You just don't want to ride it hard because it's just cruise along, and for that front wheel, holy cow.
Formed it, eh?
Right.
Yeah. I don't know why the fuck, why don't they make one?
There's an option. No, that's nice. It's just big though, isn't it?
Oh, it's too big.
It's too. It's like an F350. You know, like you can do it, but it's just too big.
These just cover miles so easy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is.
I looked down, I thought, oh yeah, right. I looked down, I'm doing 106 kilometres an hour.
Yeah.
Just come out of a corner and
Yeah.
no effort.
Yeah.
Your back suspension's great.
Yeah, oh, totally.
Want to be for $1,200?
It's like
But it's
so much lighter.
but getting off that onto that's like getting on your 690, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I just made a comment like, that thing would spank my 690 probably through here.
Yeah.
Because it's got such a better engine.
Yeah. Yep.
And the brakes and because it's got the twin brakes on the front. But the suspension is way better.
Yeah.
And you don't notice the weight, like it's very between your knees. It's thin.
Yeah, that's right.
Even this thing is kind of, probably because you've got the bag on there as well, but it's not anywhere near as thin as that.
No, well the centre of gravity is so much lower on the other one.
Yeah.
I'll put the air hawk on next time you ride that, Steve.
Right, yeah,
So
prop it up a bit,
say-
yeah. Oh, it's just cramped, that's all. Just because it's set up for you, that's all. You know, like, I'm bigger.
But it's not ideal for this road. These two bikes
Yeah.
down for this type of
Yeah,
road.
yeah, absolutely.
But for the big personal track, big dirt highway,
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
they're that's more comfortable.
Cruise control.
Yeah.
Put the seat massager on.
But no, they're really,
That's not a bad track, eh? Didn't turn out to be too bad through here. Alright, more to do. Oh, we're nearly back to the Yunta Road. Oh, feels like home. Oh, it's nice. They're all good bikes. Magnificent. I love it. This makes me happy. I got the 790 and the 1200 GSA lined up behind it. This is PBA. So good. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly did. I've got a little bit more of this to do, but I won't bore you with it. I shall talk to you later. I'm laughing out loud as I'm riding along.
There was right up our clacker.
Yeah, I know. That was incredible. So there's a track that goes that way, but it's not going to take us to Craddock, and if we want to do this other loop, we'd have to go back down around. So we'll stick with the original plan.
yes, we go to Badea and
Righto.
Craddock and then
Okay. So good. Righto. Alright, so I got battery back, so I'm not sure of all the stuff that we've done earlier today, what you got and what you didn't get. Hope you got some of that stuff where I was just laughing out loud. It was just such a great ride. So this is PBA country. Not this so much, it's a dirt road. Some of the stuff we're on today, fantastic. So there's another road that we took last year that actually came in around the back of those hills there. Quite a bit more interesting than this road. This is just a dirt road, four lane dirt road, 2 lane probably, but you know, not very interesting. So we're going to join up with some of the stuff we did last year, and yep, that's a pretty interesting landscape actually. Oh, that sucks. Wow. Picked up. Well, that could have been a lot worse. If you pick up a bit of wire and it wraps around your wheel, it can wrap around and really damage you. This one is stuck in my ABS sensor, which is not good. Not good at all. All right. The plan is then we're going to grab the tripods and cameras and head up to the mountain and do some, or head up to that lookout called the Pugilist Hill, which is that lookout that we went to on one of our other rides that we did here last year. It'd be a great place to see a sunset, so we're going to go there.